Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. There is even more liberal fuckery afoot here in Canada. The fuckery in question is Bill C-10, which, and I hate to use them as a resource here, but it's too good a headline to pass up. Full-blown assault on free expression. Inside the comprehensive Liberal bill to regulate the internet, Bill C-10 proposes to subject whole realms of the Canadian online world to content oversight from broadcast regulators, including podcasts, online videos, and websites. Now, this is a little over the top, right? But it does have a lot of problems that should concern a lot of people. This would subject many parts of the internet to online regulation and like online control and content oversight. And this would be done by broadcast regulators, and it would include social media like Facebook, Instagram, probably Twitter, probably even Reddit. Now, ostensibly, this legislation is supposed to cut down on online bullying and harassment, which, okay, fair, but this means it could also conceivably allow the federal government to order the deletion of any Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or Twitter upload made by a Canadian. Additionally, lots of people probably don't remember this, but a while back, in the previous times, in the hellhole that was Stephen Harper's prime ministership, we had Bill C-51, which was a draconian surveillance bill that the Liberals under Justin Trudeau said, oh, well, you know what? We're totally going to get rid of that. That's very draconian and bad, and we won't stand for the erosion of Canadian civil liberties. So guess what? They kept it. So forgive me if I don't believe the Liberals for 1 second that they say, oh, no, this totally isn't going to go the way you think it might. We're totally only going to use this for online bullying and harassment, and totally not start policing things that we don't want to see or that will harm our public image. Yeah, I don't trust these guys, nor do I trust the conservatives or any member of the ruling class, really. Like, we have years of reasons not to trust Justin Trudeau and the Liberal government at this point. There's another related story to this that also very much concerns me. As part of the Liberals debating their budget, there came up this part in the Ways and Means section, which says the following with regards to designation of qualified Canadian journalism organizations. Revocation of designation, Section 2. The minister may, at any time, revoke the designation of an organization made for the purpose of the definition Qualified Canadian Journalism Organization in subsection 248, and, for that purpose, the minister shall take into account any recommendations of a body established for the purpose of that definition and referred to in paragraph B of that definition. So a single minister may, under a separate segment, be able to, if they find that a journalistic organization is in violation of the policy, they can revoke their credentials. So this is more than one story here. This is the Liberals systematically trying to make a far more draconian recovery in the post-pandemic world. And nominal things like, look, this is about bullying and online harassment. Hey, that's great. Don't you think there's better ways of doing this than what the current proposed legislation would actually do? Don't you think that there's probably better ways of handling this and punishing people than giving a minister a power to revoke journalistic credentials? Like, what? Now, it's still early in the sense that it's a minority government and this legislation has to be sent to the Senate to pass second reading. The Senate may say it's got some problems, so you have to send it back. Or the Senate may say, nope, looks good to us, and send it off to the Governor General for approval. And that would be bad for a great many reasons, which is why more parties need to oppose this bill. Between Bill C-10 and this other subsection that I point out from the Ways and Means section of the debate, this is terrible and draconian legislation. It has no right to be produced by any party in a democracy. And yet we're still going to see people saying, well, would you rather have the Conservatives? No, I would rather have the NDP or any party or system that actually takes into account the people and actual freedom and democracy. Not this fancy put together system that our higher ups and our social betters have put together for us as table scraps. And as far as liberals and conservatives go, they are so similar and vote together on often the most horrible of issues. I pointed that out in yesterday's video, and I pointed it out in other videos too. The differences between the two main parties are very superficial. They are not entirely insignificant, but they are both sides of the ruling class. The fact that this legislation is coming from any political party in Canadian Parliament should terrify and concern all of us. And the fact that it doesn't is definitely what's bothering me today.